Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Brock Purdy finding a way. Wasn't pretty, found a way, elevated his game when it mattered most. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. So before we dive into the video, quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, cheap way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So hop over there, join, become a member. The link is in the video description. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Brock Purdy, his mutter, not a mutter, right out the gate. I actually really like this design. Your favorite shift up top as well. I get distracted by how well Christian McCaffrey plays off the ball. Awesome job here by Big 7-1. I love the little deke here. Watch him at left tackle. So he's going to fake pass set, get out, lead the way. Beautiful block from Ayuk. Boom, go out, right in the back of Juszczyk. Big chunk. So we're going to talk a lot about design, drop back, passing game, though I want to be really clear. Okay, when things are good, things are good. Your favorite shift. 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. All right. It's been established. It's not for me, but I understand the value of essentially getting in empty, but not allowing the defense to really make an empty check. Okay? If you're going to do this, though, -5. I love the kind of theatrics here. Fake the bubble. Then again, we've already talked about the good things here. We're getting out. Beautiful block. Good enough block from Juszczyk, and then a great job by 7-1 with a quick pass set and go. The other thing about this, okay, and this is going to be a major theme in this thing, it's raining. Okay, I get it. It's raining. I've played in rain, anecdotally, not enjoyable. Okay, Northern California kid, not enjoyable to play rain games. It impacts the throw. These types of throws, I love it in the rain. Quick catch, throw, not far. Can essentially shovel it over there. It's just a really nice job. All those parts of it. This is outstanding. Now, again, I know 19 gets hurt, so you're going to get away from this part of it. But you got to take advantage while he's out there. You know, might have some questions if I was 44 to Debo. What the hell are you doing right there? But that's a big chunk. Let's go. Next one here. Okay, this is not good. Now, we can talk about the wet ball. We can talk about your favorite shift down here to the bottom if you want. This is simply not seeing the structure of the defense. This is quarters, whether this is a drift, a glance, a spray post, a wrap in, all of the above are bad when 26 is sitting up in the top right, sitting right in the lane that we want to throw and no one's going through his area. I mean, that is a gift. Okay? This is how the Packers lose this game, in my opinion. I mean, that it doesn't get worse than that. and again, you need some luck to win a championship. Plays like this, to me, fall into that category. You know, the other part of it is if he could catch, he'd be playing offense. I get all of that. For me, it's hard to watch this play and not think, what the hell are we doing with the -5 off the line of scrimmage for McCaffrey, whatever. But this is a pretty simple look. And it's just so out of character for Brock Purdy. I think he's a really good decision maker. This is a pretty easy quarters pitcher. So it doesn't matter what the route is, whether this is a glance, a spray post, a wrap in, they're all bad versus this look. With no one attacking the vertical responsibility of this safety, you can't throw this ball in any circumstances. Weather has nothing to do with it. This is just a blatant miss. It would be a blatant miss on Friday nights, let alone Sunday divisional playoff games. It's just out of character and really, really lucky. And there's just no other way around it. If he were to work down here to the bottom, probably gets the ball to McCaffrey right there, assuming they could hook that up. They prove later that it's a struggle. But man, that is just fortunate. There's no other way to kind of accurately describe it. And it's the way, if you're a Packers fan, if you're a Fighting Joe Barry, that you lose this game. Because this could easily be 6 the other way. And it's almost like he's looking off too, which is, I think, just makes it more bizarre. Like he knows he's got it to the right. I just don't quite understand. And again, not pretending to know their reads, open, close, pure progression. It really doesn't matter. It's never good versus this look. Good night. Next one here, 3rd and 6, sack. Okay, tough one here. Not a fan, obviously, of this motion. I think the thing that is most disturbing here for me with Purdy is not the fact that you take a sack. It happens. It's that he just looks out of whack. He doesn't look like himself. The one thing I think he's been so good at, so consistent, is how quick he plays. So no, down. And you can see Kittle running that loop or return back across from left to right here. I just feel like he gets there most of the time, damn near all of the time. So I can sit here and continue to be a jerk about this shift or motion and talk about how it just doesn't make sense to me that we're asking the best player in football to have a minus what? The ball's on the 43.5. He's at the 37. Whatever. You want to rip your own hamstring and start behind the starting line, do you? If he was up here and ran the same route, would he get the ball? Maybe. It would certainly be a cleaner look for me. But whatever. I'm not even going to pretend to talk about the concepts down the field because I don't know what the read is supposed to be. But the timing here of this as the check down with how Purdy has to essentially get through this, move a little bit. For me, all year, as he moves like this, he's got a great knack to just get it down. So it's off the launch point, get it down. And the timing is there, but he looks like a different player. So yeah, what is McCaffrey doing? I don't know. Would it be better if he was 5 yards farther down the field? I think so. I think it would be a cleaner look. But it's not. And now he moves right there. Get it down. Kittle. We're past the if you know, you know. Now it's just play the play like you've played it all year. Not there, down. And I mean, Kittle's going to get a first down right there. You're not going to get tackled for a first down. You're going to run through someone's face. That's tough. It doesn't look like Purdy. It looks and feels like it's snowballing. And again, I've been in these games, not necessarily in the games, but in these situations where it doesn't feel good on your hand. The ball is wet. He's in a glove. Okay, you don't want to rip it down the field? First of all, I would say let's not call down the field throws then, but get it down. You got to be able to throw a check down or else we can't call these passing plays. So it just felt all out of whack, and this was tough sack. Next one here, the first of a number of what I would classify as wet thumbs. So this thing is wet. He throws a sinker. This is a throw that he can probably make with a dry ball 99.5 out of 100 times. It's a layup, and we're missing it by yards. So I have a hard time not just blaming this on a wet ball. I think he actually does a decent job. I think with the first time you watch it, you probably think, man, why don't we put this ball on Kittle down here to the bottom at the nub? But that's the same type of throw that we almost got intercepted, where I was critical about, hey, you don't want to come up here and throw this drift into a quarters-ish look. Well, it's not the exact same look because this guy looks like he's playing a little bit more poach or cheating towards the 3 side. But I'm not mad that he doesn't throw this. Everybody in the league is running some version of this play, whether I don't know what they call it, but I love the play where it's essentially like a swing screen where you have a lead blocker out there. So it really takes 2 defenders to take it away. We just throw a one hopper. And again, the reality is if you've never thrown a leather object in rain, you don't know how difficult it is. It's the reality for me playing. It was not enjoyable. It doesn't mean that you can't throw the ball in the rain, and you certainly see some guys do it better than others. But it's not fun, and at this point, it sure looks like it's impacting our performance. I mean, nobody thinks that Purdy makes a throw like this if it's dry. Next one here. This type of problem is a bigger problem for me than necessarily we're going to miss some wet ball throws. It's going to happen in the elements. It's my take on it. You agree with it or disagree. This, though, is getting hit from a free runner. You just don't see this from Brock Purdy. I feel like he's got a great idea and command at the line of scrimmage. My thing about it, and again, I feel like I'm as on record as anybody about talking about the deficiencies in the drop back passing game for this unit over the years. And this system, to me, doesn't give us as many answers as other systems across the league, not as robust. This, though, has been, I feel like the priority this year is to protect them, protect Brock Purdy. This is a free runner. Okay? Almost universally, when you are hot with a free runner, you would like to have your hot throw into the face of the blitz. Doesn't mean always. It just means most often. It's very difficult to have a free runner down here to the bottom and say, hey, we're going to throw hot up here, because you don't know what the hell's happening here. You at least know they're -1 defender down here. So it doesn't make sense to me. Now, is that on the pass protection unit? Is it on Purdy for not seeing it and redeclaring it? So just do the quick math here at the line of scrimmage. They've got 6 at the line of scrimmage. We're in 5-person pass protection. One of these guys has the potential to be free. If you want to throw it to McCaffrey as the one for whatever this is, choice, angle, Texas, whatever he does here, to me, the intuitive answer would be to slide to the right and have this player be the free runner. But that's just me. And again, I get it that I have a clicker and a marker and it stays later. But we're not splitting atoms here. These are solvable line of scrimmage decisions for an offense. And again, it just looks like Purdy is playing this without any awareness that he's got a free runner down here, which is scary as hell to me. Furthermore, there is no hot throw down here to the bottom. Nobody's looking. You can't expect Juszczyk to run a loop or return down here to the bottom as a hot route. It's bad football. It's not good enough at any level. And to be honest with you, it's how you get people hurt. It's how people get hurt. I mean, that could easily be an elbow, right? I'm not the only person that thinks that. Like, what? Damn. Holy moly. Next one here, 2nd and 10. This is a very nice throw from Brock Purdy down here to the bottom slot on a little in or basic. We're going to run Ayuk on a little short in, the basic right behind it. Work that nickel defender. We're throwing this with great anticipation. This is an outstanding base. This looks like Purdy. Now, it looks a little bit more change-up-y than maybe his normal change-up, but that thing is on the money. It's perfect. It's very well done. So concept-wise, what's going on here? Now, the other thing about it is it's 2nd and 10. Okay, so if we're going to come up here and run what I'm going to call this basic in with this short in out here, we're essentially high-lowing this player. Now, I think you could make the argument, and probably the safer choice, that the ball should probably go here. But man, if you're going to let it go, you better put it on him, just like this. Really well done from Purdy, putting it where he wants to on this one. This doesn't look like a wet ball. I mean, look when he lets this thing go. I mean, right? I'm not overreacting. He is playing with crazy anticipation right there. This is the guy he's reading. This is the guy he's throwing to on an in. Again, it's impressive, man. I would hope that I wouldn't make this decision, but if you're going to let it rip, put it on him. It's a hell of a throw. It is an absolutely outstanding throw. Best throw in the game up until this point. Well done. Again, been surgical in the intermediate area all year. This is a bit of a different game with the weather. Again, impressive base, almost like he's working Kittle here. Backside, even with someone, the left guard walking into his lead foot. No. Whew. Wow. Next one here, beautiful touchdown pass. Nice job from Purdy, beating 0. Joe Barry just couldn't help himself right here. Put his defense in a really tough spot, 3rd and 5. Brock Purdy makes him pay, finds Kittle. Really like this play. This play is a pretty popular play across the league, has been for maybe the last half decade. Great job by Kittle. Keep running. Really got multiple guys open for touchdowns on the backside. What this thing is for me is, first of all, it is cover 0. There's nobody back there. He's coming down here. The concept here is we're going to run this little like slant and out, little whip route, arrow route, whatever you want to say. This is almost universally 1. There's someone running behind it on the crosser, 2, and then you get the big post behind it, 3. So verse 0, you should know immediately. And I'm going to say we love attacking the middle of the field. Now, Kittle takes this thing a little bit higher of an angle, so it almost looks like it's like double post. I doubt it is, just because most teams run that yellow version of it. But the thing about it is, if you go 0, okay, so now talking to the Joe Barrys, they've got 5 up front. They're bringing 6. If they're going to stay in 6-person protection, okay, so keeping McCaffrey in, 5 offensive linemen, theoretically, you've got one-on-one here. For 0 to work, most of the times, you've got to have that extra add-on. Whoever has the back, man-to-man here, has got to be a hell of a lot closer to not only keep Purdy from escaping to the right, but get his ass to the ground and hit him. You can't. What you don't want to do is go 6 one-on-one blocks, allow Purdy to do what he's comfortable doing, creating outside the pocket, and just hit the all-pro tight end with no safety back there on a post. It doesn't make sense to me defensively, but it's a great job by Purdy. So look at Ayuk at the bottom. 1, that could easily be a first down if you wanted it. No, escape out. There's Kittle and the post on the backside. Again, beautiful throw from Brock on the run, off platform, in the rain, making a play. Just a nice job here of kind of getting it going here in this series. So no. Get out. Big time. Hell yeah. Next one here, right before the end of the first half, we're going to hit a spray quick out up top, 3rd and 2. Again, not getting a lot of yardage, keeping the clock rolling here, all sorts of other issues beyond the scope of this video. But this is a nice throw from Purdy. So you can start to see he feeling it a little bit. This looks a little bit more like Brock Purdy. I just feel like it's a little bit, these are difficult throws, man. 3rd and 2, spray quick out. Probably got a corner and running like a little drive or shallow cross concept coming back the other way. But this is not an easy throw in the elements. So well done from Purdy getting a first down. One of those things where, it's been so hard to put it where you want this first half. And that's a difficult throw. Nice job putting it right on him. Get that first down, get another series. A little bit of a funky drop. Spray quick out. Who knows what it's supposed to be? He certainly gets his back foot into it, though. Rips that thing, puts it right on his chest. Nice 3rd down conversion. Next one here, another, what I'm going to be the best way to kindly frame it, I think, is to say that this is a missed opportunity from Purdy. This looks like double post over, and we just decide we're going to throw it to the check down. Ayuk is there. This to me is very close to being wide ass open. It's a premium look. And I'm going to be critical of some of the drop back passing stuff with this system. I've got to acknowledge the fact that this is a beautiful call. In this situation, you got to think that the defense is going to do exactly what your boy Joe Barry does here, and that's try to take away the sidelines. So you get a little bit more 2 than quarters. Okay, so to me, this is more cover 2 as opposed to more quartersy, where these guys are all playing fourths back here. So when you get this kind of 2 shell, so we're rolled up flat, half field, this is a great opportunity for double posts. So you got an opportunity maybe here, depending on how they want to structure it. This thing turns into double post, and then we're going to run the over back across this way. And if the second level of the defense doesn't get depth to take away this over, it's going to be there. So you've got these big opportunities down the field here. Don't like that. This is going to be there. Verse 2, they just don't have the dudes unless the second level gets enough depth to take it away. Out of a condensed formation, out of a timeout, beautiful call. We're chipping the edges, 7-person protection. I mean, there's just, you can't miss that. And again, he's throwing it. He's playing this play too quickly. 3 hitch, check down. As opposed to 3 hitch. If he just threw it at the same time as he threw the check down to Ayuk right there, you can see Ayuk coming open. And again, maybe the drop here is a little quick. I just think he plays the thing way too quickly. And again, who knows what they're telling him on the sidelines. Maybe they're telling him, get a completion, get us into field goal range, make it better. Only they know. But when you turn on the film, that's a tough one to miss, because this could have easily been a bigger chunk down the field if he takes 5 in gun or 3 in a big hitch and lets Ayuk get over there. You can tell he wants to. He's looking to the right. He just gets down so quickly as opposed to letting those double posts go. See Ayuk come across. Dang, missed opportunity. Next one here, 3rd and 2, 14 seconds left to go, end of the first half. This is not my favorite concept. I know that this system loves this concept up top with this kind of like hard, shallow slant with a looper return behind it. To me, this looks like a half throwaway from Purdy. I would also say that his base is uncharacteristically, if I could say it, narrow and clicky. Whoop! He just doesn't do that very often. And again, to me, that's missing by yards, if not 10-ish yards. Again, I try to be as consistent as I possibly can with some of this stuff. I've never seen this thing work well. I know that they do it all the time, so they have to love it. I understand the spacing of it underneath. I just don't like this angle of a throw. This is a hard angle throw for me. Like that, there's nothing easy about that. That's not a traditional slant. It's like a shallow that gains depth. And so, but if you're going to call it, they obviously love it, like it, right? They're calling it. It's there for a first down. It's 3rd and 2. You got a timeout. Throw it. They're calling it, throw it. Now, maybe he's saying on the sideline, maybe in the helmet, it's this or nothing. And if that's the case, he does it perfectly. Purdy does it perfectly. If he's going to that deep outer corner and he says, hey, that guy's outside leverage to him, I don't have it, I'm going to put it in the stands, then that's exactly what he did. Good for you. We don't know. All I'm saying is this is a bad look. Non-traditional Tampa. This guy's getting to the middle. He's getting to the half field. He's outside. Ayuk. I don't love it. So that's the only way I can make sense of it. Again, it got funky here at the end of the first half. Again, look at that safety up top. I mean, it's never there. If you wanted a first down, you got it with the number 1 coming across on the hard shallow. Tough. Again, not my favorite concept. Don't pretend that it is. Try to be consistent with the critiques and being critical of the drop back stuff. And this concept's been around forever in this system. Footwork wise here, this to me is just not normal for Purdy. That's a great base. That's heel click. He just doesn't do it very often. It's a bad position to be in, hard to be consistent. Again, I have a hard time thinking he missed that throw by that much. That to me is more of a half throwaway. Like it's that or nothing. It's a weird decision. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe. Hit the bell, get the notifications. I really do appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for taking the time and doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. The videos are very similar to this, long format, deep dives, what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. Hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep, deep dives on my favorite football topics. We have a course on RPO, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is how to beat every coverage. We also have an entire offensive system framework for you. So if you enjoy the way that I talk and teach ball, you will love the courses. Hop over there and enroll. The link is in the video description. We also have a bunch of free resources also linked in the video description. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. All right, into the second half here, 3rd and 4. We're going to miss Ayuk down here on the bottom on a little spray glance, spray post, drift post. I actually think this is a pretty nice throw. I actually think 37 grabs Ayuk a little bit at the top of this route. Now, it stings a little bit more when you look and see Kittle running wide ass open across the field as well. You know, only they know what the read is. I don't have a problem with this ball, this decision, this throw, any of the above. I really don't. It's middle field closed. I think Ayuk, I trust a lot to win at the top of these routes. He does a great job of keeping his stride and coming into this space. And I think 37 gets away with a little bit of a right hand at the waist. That messes up the timing of this thing, or else this thing has got a chance to go a long ways. Now, again, it hurts a little bit more when you turn it on and say, damn, Kittle's wide ass open too, or running open. But I think Purdy plays this with his normal anticipation. I think he puts it kind of where he wants to on this one. I think the throw looks worse than it is because he gets grabbed. Right there. That's defensive holding to me, if not pass interference because the ball's in the air. Now, would you love to see Ayuk be a little bit stronger at the top of this thing? Maybe. Maybe avoid the contact a little. But that's pretty damn good, and I think it's a penalty. So again, it's a combination, right? It's many things. It's wet balls. It's the elements. It's not getting a couple of these calls. It's not looking in the right spot. It's not the greatest pass pro in the world. It's our elbow getting hit again. I mean, damn, man. Can we protect the guy's elbow, please? I mean, look at that thing. So even as he gets hit, now maybe you could say that he's moving to trouble, but you're being really picky if you say that. Oh, baby. Right on cue, 1st and 10. 7-step drop. At least we protect the edges, I guess. Doesn't matter because we get walked right back into our quarterback's elbow again. I mean, at this point, almost want to advocate for the guy in the quarterback meeting saying, hey, can we shelf this 7-step drop stuff? Right guard. I mean, again, the only thing that feels like can really derail this team, in my opinion, for most of the season, might not be true, but it's what it feels like, are injuries. 19 is down already. This guy's elbow, I just, on a 7-step drop, y'all, if my eyes could come out of my skull, that's what I feel like when I watch this film like this. For who, for what? To throw a check down? To throw a go in an, what is this from Ayuk? A crosser? Versus quarters? At least have a post up there. Again, what did you expect? Look at the shell. If you're going to do this, don't just go that. That's nothing. That's a nothing burger. At least take a shot to the post potentially. And then if it's not there, you've got this thing coming across. But if you run just go clear from a condensed with this and a 7-step drop, all to throw a check down and get your quarterback hit in the elbow, hey man, come on. Someone give some pushback to get this shit out of the plan. I mean, I can't be the only person looking at his elbow, right? I mean, how terrible would it be to get hurt like that? It's just for nothing, for a check down. It'd be better to just throw a screen. There's not even an opportunity for a throw down the field versus quarters here. There is nothing there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Feet come together. Heel click, elbow, check down. Oh my God. Next one here. I actually really like this call. To me, this is 4 verticals. I think Ayuk doesn't run a great seam up top. I think Purdy, again, gets a little bit lucky here with a really poor check down throw. Now, maybe this thing gets hit. Maybe his arm gets hit again. I mean, it's certainly not there. It's not my favorite way to do 4 verticals. And I'm assuming this is 4 verticals because I think Ayuk is a hell of a lot better receiver than whatever this is. But if this is 4 verticals, this is a beautiful call. Okay? Obviously, quarterback school logo, always going to love it. But if we're running seam versus middle field closed zone, it doesn't get better than this, y'all. This is like high school Harry stuff. I mean, this is made to order up here. This is made to order right here. And then if you don't get it, you got the best player in the league potentially getting a check down. Now, again, do I love whatever he's doing here? No. But whatever, it's essentially the same. But whatever this route is, if this is supposed to be a seam, this is not it. So bummer right there. But this has got the bones. Again, if we're going to be critical, you got to play both sides of it. This is a great call, drop back wise. Simple, wing slot. Again, just imagine if Ayuk ran the seam up top. Run, bro. Run. Oh. And then again, not my favorite check down in the world. Gets a little wet thumb, sky mail. Dangerous. But I mean, I like that call. Out of 21, wing slot. Oh my goodness. Wow. Next one here, 3rd and 6. Another really nice drop back call that I love. We're going to get post wheel up top. The number 2 is going to run across her, and we're going to get Kittle working across the field as well. They can't sort it out with how they want to drop down and play some man match coverage, and then Kittle just does Kittle things, runs through tackles, violent on the boundary. We go all the way to the Gatorade. LaFleur doesn't like Gatorade blocks. Really nice job, though, from Kittle. Look at my guy, 15. You guys thought I was joking about the Gatorade. Take my word for it. He's in the Gatorade. Look at Coach. Hell yeah. I love it. I love it. So design-wise here, also love this. So first of all, how does Kittle get so open? First, I'll draw the whole play. Post. That's a terrible post drawing. Post. Wheel by the number 3, or rail. The number 2 is going to run that crosser across the field. And then where the ball ends up going to Kittle here, he's running cross back this way. Now, how he gets so open is that they try to pass this thing off. So whoever runs with Kittle here, as he goes here, they're going to pass it off to the down safety. He hesitates for a second, and as the safety comes back to wheel back, as the DB wheels back over here, the down safety is late over to Kittle. So you can watch kind of the rotation with the safety. The safety at the bottom right here, watch him try to cut Kittle, and he hesitates right there. Too late. Hear it with me now? Got him. And then again, look at that block up top, you guys. To the earmuffs alert. To the fucking Gatorade. I love it. I would show this 50 times in front of the team. This is amazing blocking, effort, everything. Attitude, violence. I love it. The other coach crying. I love it. Love it. Third down, situational ball. Nice job from Purdy, finding it, buying time. Violence from Kittle on the boundary, running through tackles. I love it. Next one here, 3rd and 5. Another really fortunate setup here. Now, this is a bit of a tough look. Okay, it's 3rd down in the league. Joe Barry's are going to come with a non-traditional Tampa here. We get 15, in my opinion, slipping. You know, this is one of those ones that I thought looked a lot worse on the broadcast version for Purdy than it does with the all-22. 15 definitely slips. We get a little swap release. Now, is it a clean decision? Probably not. Is it the best designed drop back for me? No. And I'm going to talk about exactly why. Okay, this to me is non-traditional Tampa. Okay, what does non-traditional Tampa mean? First of all, let's talk about what the routes are. So we're going to get the speed out down here. We're going to get a swap release. I'm going to call it a swap release. That's when the 3 and the 2 switch. Okay, so Kittle's over the ball. And then 15 is running that sticks route out into the kind of alley area. Okay, so really, those are your 2 options versus Tampa. So Tampa here, non-traditional Tampa. Let's assume that the corner goes back. He's back in the half field player. He's the middle hook player here. So you get half field, that deep third player. And then you get the flat defender from here, flat defender from here. We're in the hook to curl. We're in that kind of hook to curl area. And so for me, this play comes down to, and I'll draw it versus this coverage with the guy over the ball and the guy with this sticks play. Okay, this is a very common 3rd down combination in the league. Versus Tampa, to me, this play is significantly better with the back getting out on a check down right here. Okay, if the back checks wide here or swing, it's essentially a nothing burger because it's not going to impact that curl defender. So curl defender. And let's talk about it. So really this play is these 2 players versus this over the ball and this kind of sticks route out here. If they both, so if he gets enough depth here to take this thing away and he squeezes to Kittle, they don't have the dudes on the backside for a check down right here. And most people play this like this, especially versus Tampa. But if you do this, it's not an option. These are the fucking details, bro. This is the difference. It's just so frustrating. It really, really. And again, I'm not sure he would have got there here because it looks like he's ripping it to 15 regardless. But you can see here how this thing plays out if McCaffrey just get out on a normal check down versus a flat where that space is, right? You see the flat defender out there, 34. Non-traditional Tampa. It's the type of shit with this offense that has just frustrated me for years. Over the ball. Right here. Here's that huge alley. And again, this isn't like, hey, bro, why do you pretend like you got all the answers with the clicker and the marker? I'm saying it's easy with the clicker and the marker. I'm also saying that this play is way over 20 years old And everybody runs it like this with the third guy out here just for this coverage because they only have 2 underneath defenders between the numbers. Look at all the space between the numbers. Okay, this is Tampa, right? We already talked about half field player, middle, third player. Here are the curl defenders. They have 2, right? He's outside the numbers. Flat defender, outside the numbers. You need 3 people to attack here. Running this right here is the difference. Man, it's frustrating. Now, Brock Purdy, this is a tough throw, bro. Now, he's already thrown it before the guy turns, but you're thinking you're going to put it over long hair. I still think if 15 doesn't slip, we got a chance here, but it's going to be a tight, contested throw. And again, he does slip, and we're fortunate that's not a turnover. But to me, that's not really a turnover-worthy play because if he doesn't slip, it probably hits him on his left shoulder. Again, I think the design could be better. It could be a hell of a lot better, and I personally would rather throw it to 23 than 15, but that's just me. That's living on the edge. Damn. Next one here, 1st and 10 from the 48. Now, we could do a whole different video, and part of me wants to, about the run game or why we didn't run the ball in this game more. But to see us go what I'm used to calling zone read lead or zone read escort, here, this is zone read with Brock Purdy. Now, I think there was a time where this offense wanted to get into this dual threat world. It doesn't feel like this part of it. This call just felt so out of whack, out of character. It's not that this is a bad play. I would challenge you to find anybody in this space that is more pro run the quarterback than me. Okay, here's zone read. That's who we're reading. The escort or lead part of it is the split flow. He's coming across, and really this is a really easy read for the quarterback. As he comes across here, if the key defender or conflict defender goes underneath, that means the quarterback is going to pull it and run it. If the key defender goes over the top of this, that means you're going to hand it off. So it's super defined. And that's the first part of it. The other part of it is if we're going to do it, we are counting on our all-pro tight end to block someone and block the correct person. It'd be great if our corner or our wide receiver blocked someone as well. But it just feels out of whack. Like, for who, for what? Why are we running Brock Purdy here when we've got Christian McCaffrey back here? And our whole mantra is we're going to run no matter what. We're going to run at runs, and we'll run through heavy boxes, whatever. Why this? Why now? It felt like it was just like a reach at this time. And again, what are we doing at the bottom? That miss block, Kittle, miss block. I mean, good luck, Purdy. For what? For who, for what? And what are we doing on the edge? We're missing multiple blocks. It's out of character play call. It's not good enough blocking on the perimeter. But what do you want from Purdy? He makes the right read. He's not calling the plays. There's just nothing to do. I don't know why 15 is leaving a cloud corner. You expect Kittle never to miss that block. That's just tough. Next one here, 3rd and 9. Thought this was an outstanding job from Ayuk at the bottom. This is a hell of a catch. This is not an easy catch. Nice pass protection. Ball's down around the ankles. Any lower, you get a Tebow here, but this thing is a beautiful catch from 11 running full speed across the field. Again, nice base from Purdy, right? Like this looks like Purdy, lower half-wise to me. Even though he throws a sinker, that's a hell of a catch, man. That is not an easy catch. Behind you, low, running into a zone defender. It's a well done. 3rd down, situational ball, 3rd and long. Again, really similar to the play we saw Kittle hit earlier with that kind of post-wheel double crossers. Not exactly the same, but you can see the vibes of it are essentially the same. The bones of it are the same. Love getting Ayuk the ball running away from people. Find that soft spot. Again, excellent pass protection. You can see the center with the 5-0 call right there. Boom. Big paw. Look at the pass protection. Nobody around him. Hang in there. Good enough ball. 1st down. Let's go. Next one here. Reason, 7-8 billion why this shift motion formation is not good enough. Penalizing McCaffrey, telling him to start 5 yards deep, making this play late, making this blurry, making this way harder than it has to be. This should be an easy pitch and catch to 2 all pros to the left. I mean, it is. I just don't understand it. And I get it that the shift has created, a few touchdowns because defenses can't quite make sense of it. But it fucking doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. I get why you would do it sometimes back here, because then it puts the defense in a weird world where they don't know, should we check empty? Should we not check empty? Are we going to treat him like a wide receiver out here? Is he a running back? What is he? Okay, but when you shift out and when you do it in motion, at least you stay in motion so that you don't have time to adjust. When you go out here and shift and stop and then motion down here, why wouldn't you just shift up here and give yourself the 5 yards? It doesn't fucking make sense, dog. And then the worst part about this is that we're trying to get the ball down the field to Kittle. It's not there. This, what should be a 5-yard in, turns into a 10-yard in, and it's later than it should be. So it should happen right now. Way easier earlier. You don't have any of the pass pro into your lap with the intermediate. It's more quick gamey, and it's a completion. And you're getting the ball to the best player on the field in space on the perimeter. It's tough, dog. I don't know what to. It's almost like calling it to like, in spite of, like, look at what we can do. We'll start behind the line. I don't care. It's just so bizarre, and you really can't convince me that there's a good reason to do it. I've acknowledged the fact that it does put the defense in a bit of a bind occasionally when motioning to do that, because they don't know to check zero. They don't know to empty check or not. But to get out there and shift and start 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage and then make it later, you can see how long Purdy's waiting, right? Kittle, no, down, yes. Instead, he has to, now he's getting hit. Sky mail laid over the middle. Damn. Next one here, 2nd and long. This is a tough one because we're trying to get the ball to Kittle on a basic. He gets rerouted, almost like he's shocked that they're playing tackle football. You honestly, when you watch it, this angle specifically, it looks like Kittle's surprised that he gets hit like that. Like, he's so much of a better football player than this, where like you have to anticipate that reroute. And then if you're Brock Purdy, this again feels out of character because, yeah, he's playing with anticipation, but as soon as he gets knocked that hard, just throw it to McCaffrey. Get it down, high-low it. Don't predetermine what you're going to do. Okay, so there's a lot here. And again, hard to be critical of this guy because he's had such a great year and he's so dynamic in everything that he does. But this looks like he thinks he's running routes on air. And this guy is coming with some really nice reroutes, some violence to him, knocks him. I mean, hits him way off his course. As soon as he gets knocked off the course that much for me, I'm down right here. Whoop. Just high-low this thing. 1 to 2. Again, just high-low, whatever. Like, I get it. Nonchalant. Easy marker clicker, man. Okay, but I don't think this is a big ass. This looks out of character for Purdy and 85. So just a weird situation here where we're like, and again, you can see McCaffrey standing there to the left. Like, he's definitely open. We're just high-low in 58. 58 makes a great play, great reroute. Boom, down, McCaffrey. And again, the reason I'm comfortable saying that it should go to McCaffrey is because Purdy has played that quick all year. Decisive. No. So as soon as Kittle gets knocked off that much, McCaffrey. As opposed to staying on it, forcing it, almost like predetermining, okay, versus this, I'm going to throw it to here no matter what. Rough. Next one here, 3rd and 10. Thought this was a rough one for Purdy. This is going to be a sack. There are a few things here. Maybe not a sack. He gets past the line of scrimmage for a bit of a scramble. But the decision here, wherever he's looking, so it's a combination of, okay, we don't know exactly what they're telling him to do. But if we're working down here to the bottom, so Kittle eventually gets into what I'll call the dagger space. Someone runs through. Up top, we're running like a deep circus 7 out. Okay, so if you're working up top, which I don't think he is, he throws this later in the game, a strike when he has to. So he can certainly make that throw in the elements. This to me is there. Now, it doesn't happen quickly, but I think normal, kind of not on tilt Purdy here, hitches up, resets his feet, and throws this either here or here, depending on what side he's working, as opposed to like it just felt panicky here. So again, we'll play it out both sides. First, let's look up top. You got Ayuk on the deep out? Yes. Okay, we see him throw that later. Down here to the bottom, we got Kittle on the deep end. Right there, yes. I mean, we see Purdy make tighter throws than that in this game, as opposed to up. And again, it's 3rd and 10. You're not going to scramble for 10 yards here. Now, could the pass pro be a little bit better? Would I love to see the right tackle get a little bit more depth and be able to pass off this stunt better? Yeah, I think the right tackle gets a little bit too much width for me right there. If he just puts his left hand out as a bit of a presence for the right guard, they can maybe pass this thing off better so that we don't get hit like that. But again, up, out. Back foot up, throw it. And again, easy for me to say, but man, almost got him out of field goal range there. Next one here, another example of just not being on the same page. We're working that basic to Kittle at the bottom, to that option or Texas angle to McCaffrey down here to the bottom. And whether this is a wet ball, whether he doesn't put it where he wants, whether he's not on the same page as McCaffrey, it sure looks like McCaffrey's running more of a choice or option route. But I mean, these are things that I feel like, again, I'm going to be critical of the drop back stuff. I got to talk about when I like it. This to me is a great concept, right? This dude is a dude. Have yourself a year basic. This dude is the dude in the league. But we're not on the same page. It sure looks like Purdy thinks that McCaffrey's going to keep running here or stay on the move, and or he just misses it, which in these elements, it's going to happen. But we miss so many of these throws. I mean, it's so impactful as opposed to what they normally do. I mean, that's a handoff for NFL quarterback, let alone a guy who's had the great season that Purdy has had with these weapons, this unit, how well Purdy has played. And that's just right. I mean, you're missing that by yards from 10 yards away. I just refuse to think that that's weather and that's not them not being on the same page. Rough. Next one here, 3rd and 10. Now, the outcome of this play is simply outstanding. The location of the ball, up and over. I mean, the end result is beautiful. I think this is kind of one of those like Purdy kind of defining throws on how you feel about this guy and how you frame this. I'm going to say that this is a great output. I'm also going to say that this is lucky as hell and kind of late multiple places. So to me, what is this play? This play is deep in, intermediate in, with a clear or kind of like that middle field read pipe dream. Okay, we're going to catch Tampa, old school Tampa, not even Tampa, cover 2. We'll call it cover 2. Okay, so first thing here is I wouldn't be mad at that throw. It's 3rd and 10. If you have it, especially with 11 right here, I wouldn't be mad at this throw down the middle, on time, get it out quickly. The other part about this is if that's not the case, well, then we're going to get, all you're reading is this curl defender. So as soon as he gets depth here with the number 2, and if he is engaged here, you really know you've got this space. And if he's definitely going to come off to the check down, then you've really got this space. So it's late. I would say it's late. First hole is open. I would say the second hole is open. This is living on the edge, going all the way to the 3rd hole, saying that you're going to throw over the top of a linebacker type. I mean, it's just, I don't know how else to frame it. It's a great throw. It's also lucky as hell. So first, watch Ayuk down the middle. You got him? Maybe. I don't love the fact that 34's got nothing to hold him down here, but he's getting width. Oh, that's an easier throw than the one he ends up making. So then, how about up top? We're reading the nickel. He's engaged with the number 2. Throw that outside in right now. Throw it early. Anticipate it. Okay, you don't like it? He comes off. I could see why you don't like it. This guy looks like he's playing both, right? Like he's looking back at the quarterback. I could see why you wouldn't like it. So you give it a hitch. You get it down here. Or as this guy comes off to this, you try to hit this in the second window. So first window here, no. Second window, maybe. I don't love the fact that these linebacker types are this deep. But man, to go from that look right there, that looks like either you're late to Ayuk or get it to McCaffrey. To no, and then to this throw. I mean, it sure feels like the linebacker type jumps a little early, hangs in the air, but it's a perfect throw. It's a perfect throw. It's a split and arrow type of throw. But I don't know how you wouldn't say that this is a little bit lucky. I mean, look at this throw. As he's getting hit, he doesn't even see it. He's on the ground. I mean, my God. My God. 97 is a disruptor too, man. Holy moly. What a throw. My goodness. Next one here, 3rd and 10. This is a rough one. If I had to guess, I would say that 3 down here to the bottom is not doing the correct thing. Now, I know people love to talk about the coach on the 32. I'll be honest, I don't really care. I don't know who that is. It doesn't matter to me, the reactions. I'm all for people being invested. Have a little body language to show your investment. Fine. It looks like Purdy anticipates 3 at the bottom running a corner stop. So what I mean by that is usually when you run this type of route up top, sometimes it will be paired with it at the bottom, mirrored or double concept, especially if you run something that's attacking the middle of the field here, whether it's a deep hook, a basic. So because of how Ayuk runs this thing up top and how this ball is thrown way over here, to me, I would guess 3 is supposed to be running that. But what happens here is that the corner or defender on 3 gets engaged and falls down. So when that happens late in the route, it's hard, especially playing with a guy who plays with anticipation like this, because some guys who are more see it, throw it guys, you can just adjust and throw your hand up, throw like a mailbox up, keep running, change it, run to space, just turn around. But with this guy, it's a lot more of I'm playing with anticipation. I expect you to be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there and not fool the quarterback. Well, right here, it looks like he fools the quarterback. So again, we'll see. Watch that Ayuk route up top. So that's what I'm saying 3 should be doing at the bottom. Up, out, settle. It's like a reverse post curl. But you can see down here to the bottom, 3's defender falls down. So right there, so if you feel him fall, different teams will allow you to do different things. I personally have always been a fan of go, run with hand up, and just run, moss that thing. If you continue to run the route, though, you can't do half of it. You got to do the whole thing. And again, that's just, I don't have any insider information. That's just what I would assume is he's supposed to do with how that ball is thrown. I don't think that's a miss. I think that's you're supposed to be somewhere. You're not. You kind of do nothing because your guy fell and now we're in the wrong spot and it looks like a dumpster fire. You got coaches going crazy on the sideline. Just tough. Beautiful base, nice patience, nice pass protection. Pretty crazy. Do they have 3 All-Pros in pass protection there? Wow. Does he wipe his hand? Is this the play where he wipes his hand? Oh, God. That's weird. I've never seen that. Not going to lie. Rough. Next one here, 3rd and 5. 3:38 left to go, 4th quarter, 3 timeouts. This is really the play that gets him going. And this really kind of defines the rest of this game and allows us to be having a somewhat positive conversation about this performance. Because up until this point, it was tough. But right here, I love the fact, the resilience, he battles back. This is not an easy completion. We got Ayuk down here to the bottom, running a slant as the number 2. Win inside versus middle field closed. Tight contested throw, good coverage. Better ball. Great job. I mean, it's outstanding from Purdy. Love the base. Look how he's lined up to the left immediately. Catch, lined up, boom. I mean, it's perfect. Let that thing go. A little bit of anticipation right there, right? He's already separated. Give his guy a shot. It's a beautiful catch from Ayuk too, being underneath it. Awesome. Talk a lot about this on this channel, whether it be Patreon, courses, YouTube. You catch middle field closed in the slots, inside the dividers, wherever the dividers are, just kind of defensive terms to be able to say if you're inside the dividers, you expect these underneath defenders to be outside leverage. So outside eye here. So even though he might be head up, he's playing with an outside heavy presence. You catch middle field close because they're trying to funnel you to the middle field player. Well, offensively, you can use that to your advantage to win on a slant. You know that you've got a safety in there, but you're also going to have the inside leverage you want to win. And that's exactly what they do here. So beautiful call. Really nice job. Third down conversion, situational ball. You don't get this. You got to play essentially to win the game on fourth down. So beautiful job here from Purdy. Ayuk. Love the fact that he went to Ayuk. Love the fact that he won. It's a hell of a play. That is a massive play. Next one here. One of the better throws of the day from Purdy. Up top, deep out, or circus. Not my favorite drop in the world. I'll classify this as a quick 7, but this is a hell of a throw. I'm not sure why you would go to 84 over 11. That's just me. But that is a beautiful throw. And again, complimenting the good throws. There were certainly some weather issues, no doubt about it. Nice call here, protect it up. Deep out, 15-yard out, circus route, West Coast world. I personally would prefer 5 big and a hitch. If you want to go quick 7, that sure looks like what he does here. What I mean by that is the footwork at the top. He kind of goes 5 and then chop, chop. So the timing of this stays the same. Again, who knows how they decide which side to throw to here, matchup, personnel, whatever. Watch that drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it's real tight at the top, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tight hitch, let it go. Look at the anticipation. Woo! I mean, that is beautiful, right? Both routes are going to win open. You've got the corners with their rear to the sideline. Anything you want outside the numbers. That's a dot. That's a hell of a throw. When it matters most, he rose to the occasion. You cannot deny it. Okay, you can certainly say he didn't play well, but you can't say he didn't rise here on this final drive. That's a hell of a throw. Next one here, 2nd and 10. The play that I thought really helped him win the game right here, this scramble. Okay, now we'll talk about that motion or shift. But Purdy's ability to create with his feet, go forward, get a strong 9 here in the red area, allowed them to win it with the run next. Now we'll talk about this play specifically. Again, I think this is the first time, maybe a handful of times, that I've ever seen Purdy look a little confused, not as comfortable. The first part here is this motion or shift. Like, no one will be able to explain to me what the hell this is. You're trying to set up like a fake backwards pass, lateral double pass. What for who, for what? Okay, that's the nicest way I can put it. The next part of this is corner, and then we'll call it a choice here. Okay, if that's what we're working, if it's a dry game, I think you could make that throw to the back pylon. In this situation, I'd say the ball probably should go here. If for some reason we're not working up there and we're working down here to the middle, this is a touchdown. Okay, now the spacing down here between those other two, who knows what the hell's going on. But, I don't know. Like, this doesn't look like, I don't think of Purdy as like a turn down guy. This felt turned downy. Now, again, he gets bailed out because of his athletic ability and ability to create and extend and go get a positive play. But if we're being critical of the drop back game and we're being honest about what we're going to need to do here to potentially win a championship, I'm not sure you can rely on just run around circus, go get 9. So again, what do you up top? McCaffrey, just throw it. What are we doing? Why are we running? Throw it. If you're working Ayuk, throw it. I think even you could put it to the back pylon and Kittle would run past that corner. I mean, all 3 of those guys are options for me. Instead, we bail. Now we bail and we go create, and it allows us to run it in on the next play. But you living in this world where we're essentially bailing out of here on whatever this is supposed to be. I don't pretend to know what the read is on this, but it sure looks like he's looking to the right, right? Like, right. That looks like he's looking at Kittle and then runs. Got to go. And again, great that he got a positive gain. Next one here, the game-winning run. Very next play, 3rd and 1. What the hell are the Fighting Joe Barrys doing? No idea. Why didn't we see more 22 personnel in this game? Why didn't we run the ball like this a little bit more? No idea. Okay, but this is horrendous defense. Okay, this is getting exposed schematically, so really love the short yardage plan right here. We'll talk about what's going on in the B gap to start, but this is a combination of shift. So we're bringing Kittle down with 89 on a, we got a wing, right? So now use check is going to move over. So now we've essentially got like a dirty bunch over here. So the first thing here is they're playing 0 on the back end. So if you're playing 0 and you're essentially in bunch defensively, so we're watching this from the defensive angle so we can pretend like we're defensive guys, and they're going to lock this up with man. Okay, so looks like man right there, and then when use check goes from here to here, it sure looks like 7 moves over like he's got him man to man. Okay, if that's the case, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to say, hey, 7, you're going to fit the B gap in 3rd and 1, and you've got this guy man to man. What if he runs out into the flat? So as he goes, you have to mirror his track. So he goes, you go. That creates this huge void, and really 34 probably should have moved over with use check. As use check moves, he doesn't have anybody to that side. You've got to get out over here. You've got to be able to cover McCaffrey as the number 2, but besides for that, you got to make this tackle. So it's a bizarre front with how they have that huge B gap bubble, and they have the perfect call. Again, you can see 7 mirror use check. I mean, it's just, you're never going to make that tackle, especially versus McCaffrey, let alone with no arms. So watch the shift. Okay, 0. Again, you can see 7 move with use check, right? Whoop, whoop. 34's got to move over more. B gap, wide ass open, way too easy. Beautiful call. Now, why we didn't do this more? Different video for a different time. But man, that's a beautiful touchdown. Hell yes. So that is a wrap. Man, y'all, the Niners survived. That was not the greatest quarterback performance for Brock Purdy by any means. Okay, I get it. Weather, rain sucks. Not fun to play quarterback like that. Glove, no glove. It's not fun. It just is not fun. The other part about it is I would expect him to play a little bit better, even with the tough circumstances. Some of those throws were so off that either we can't call passes when it's going that bad, we've got to be a little bit more adaptive in the game planning, or we could have had a little bit better connected, more robust run game the entire time, which I think is a fair critique overall and probably beyond the scope of just this video, a quarterback analysis, quote unquote. So all of that plays a factor. I think you also have to realize the royal we, got a little lucky with a couple of those throws. Certainly could and probably should have been turnovers. Again, the deficiencies in the drop back game continue to kind of elevate when they seem to matter most. But man, regardless of whatever that take was, found a way. Elevated when it mattered most. Made some big plays on that final drive. Made some really nice throws on that final drive. Really happy for Brock Purdy to elevate and fight through and be resilient as hell, because that was a rough performance up until that final drive. Fired up that they found a way to win. We'll see what it looks like here moving forward. But man, there are some concerns. There are some cracks in the foundation. We'll see if a team can expose it. Not sure if Detroit will be the team, but I'm certainly excited to see what they look like this weekend. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.